Hello and welcome to my beginner's guide for do-it-yourself home security cameras. In this walkthrough, we're going to go ahead and cover installation, cabling, and the software that's going to be required to manage your home security system without the need for pricey equipment. Some of this stuff can run anywhere from $4,000, as you see here, to $600–700. Now this one in particular is going to have, it was a bad option, I guess. It has like 16 cameras and a DVR, but it still gives you a general idea. The cheapest way of handling home security is going to be definitely taking care of it yourself, setting up your cameras yourself. And this walkthrough, we're going to go ahead and cover how to do that with USB webcams and without the use of complicated setups. You don't want to have to be wiring DVRs up to your home theater system, your TVs, with a bunch of complicated wiring that nobody really even wants to deal with in the first place. Most of these things require a power adapter, video, audio, a lot of different stuff running through the walls, and it's way more complicated than what you're really after. And I think maybe we can find this out here in this tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. What you'll need is first, obviously, a computer. Basically a place for storage, viewing, and just basically a service to broadcast your webcam across the internet if you so wish, or across your local network. Second thing you're going to need, obviously, a webcam, preferably USB 2.0, just basically because that's going to be the standard USB components these days. Something with 1.0 is definitely not going to be supporting the type of functionality that a camera is going to be offering you. And lastly, you'll need an active internet connection. And since we're all watching this on YouTube, I say we'll go ahead and safely assume that we all have that one. So let's get started. Step one is going to be, let's plug your USB webcam into an open port on your PC. Now, it's pretty obvious which ones those are. Same one you're going to plug in any other USB device, whether it be a thumb drive, whatever. But our next step, after we get our physical connection of our webcam into place, is going to be, let's make sure it works. Plug it in. Most of these things come with different driver disks, software that you'll need to install, and some of them actually just go ahead and plug and play install on their own. So really, making sure that portion of it's taken care of, probably not going to be the hardest step in this. But make sure you have an active connection, you can see yourself like the lady in the picture, and we'll be good to go from there. A lot of these also, if you don't have your driver disk, you can pretty much just Google the, you Google your model number of your webcam, and it should pull you up all your instructional documentation, and you can go from there. Step three, basically we're just going to position your webcam to where you're going to want to do this at. If you're wanting it to look at your front door, we'll get it there. Move it across. There's some other places that, in particular, most people like to install their security cameras. Examples would be back doors, garage, things of that nature. And then you're sitting there saying, okay, now we've got a position where we want to cover, what are my options on wiring? Well, when we're dealing with a USB 2.0 connection, more than likely you're just going to go ahead and plug it straight directly into your computer, laptop, something of that nature. And more than likely most people don't keep their computers right next to a window or somewhere within, standard USB connection types are like 6 foot. So obviously we're going to need something to kind of throw an extension onto that cable. And that's where I personally use the USB 2.0 extension cable. This will add you, normally you can add on 16 to 20 feet. They're not very expensive. I got mine at Radio Shack. I think it costs like $16. So nothing really high price. But as you can see, my setup, I've got mine right underneath the awning here. It's just a standard Logitech camera. I've got it up underneath the awning just to prevent rain, weather from damaging the equipment. So it can just go basically anywhere that weather protects, unless you want to spend the time insulating it. But I've got mine right into the screen door housing. Just unscrewed it, popped it behind there, and I ran it right along the corner here into the door. A little bit of tape just to kind of keep the door from maybe stripping the wire. Right around through here. Not really necessarily the neatest setup, but it works. And we come down through the ceiling panels and down to my computer. There are other options you can use if, let's say, you're looking for something that's possibly more than 16 to 20 feet. There are plenty of other options you can use with it. I also like this one, the USB over Ethernet connection. This is pretty standard stuff. You've got your USB end here that's going to plug into your computer. And then right in through here, well, I'll just show you. Basically what we've got here is your male USB end that's going to plug into your PC. It's standard USB 2.0. And on the other end here, we've got an Ethernet port. So you can take your plug, and we'll get the camera adjusted here, and you're just going to have a standard Cat5 Ethernet cable that plugs into your router, any other internet enabled device. And we'll just, kind of hard to do one-handed, but that snaps right into place. And you can basically extend this all the way to the other end where you'll plug in your webcam right onto the other side. Now these cables can be as long as you really need, but I wouldn't exceed more than maybe 300 feet, just for the fact that you do lose decibels per so many feet that you're connecting your cable to. So if you want to maintain the same amount of power, I wouldn't take it too far. So now that we've got everything covered, we can go ahead and what we'll do next is we want a program that we need to install is called YAWCAM, and it just stands for Yet Another Web Cam Software. So this is simple, this is free, anybody can use this software. You'll want to go here and it'll just give you a quick rundown as to what you're looking at. So YAWCAM is software for Windows written in Java. Main idea is to keep simple and easy use, but to include all the usual features. So basically what it's going to do is it features video streaming, image snapshots, built-in web server capability, motion detection, and password protection, everything you could ever possibly want in high-end security, and it's not costing you a dime. So far, the only price you've paid into anything is obviously the price of your webcam and your extension devices. So, you know, we're really not pushing anything too heavy duty when it comes to the price of what we're using. So we'll go ahead and click on the download site, and you'll just click right here. And I'll include links to all this in the comment section. But you'll go ahead and click here. It'll download your install file. And installation's basically just standard. And when you're done with your installation, you'll get a cool little eyeball icon like this one. And basically what we'll do is it'll go through, and there we go. Select the webcam you want to use. I only had one connected, so it'll automatically default to that one. But it'll go ahead and it'll show us what's on the other end of our camera. So here's our settings panel, and it'll open up just when you open it too. So you've got your selections here for your motion detection, but the coolest feature, I think personally, is that you can broadcast these across your own network. So we can go over here and go to what's my URL. And it'll pull us up and we'll look right in. And if we're on our own local network, we can stream right here. It tells you when somebody's viewing your camera. You can change your quality, scale it to where it's exact. You got your 30 frames a second. So you don't necessarily have to be on the particular device that you're running your camera to. So here's another one, is that this one here, the 192 numbers, 9 times out of those are always going to be the way you view on your own home network. Now let's say you're at home, you want to check in on, or you're at the office, you want to check in on everything. That's where you can actually go through here, and this one will make it active to any portion of the internet. So you can actually watch your camera from your phone, an office computer, anywhere off your own network, just by entering these addresses. And this portion of the address, which I'll probably go ahead and call my ISP right after I upload the video, and just go ahead and get them. But this one's called your public site IP address. And I've been in IT a pretty long time, and I've never fully understood the fact of why they call that one your public IP address, when normally that's the one you want to keep as private as possible. So this one is just going to link in, and it's got an open port. And this one particularly, I've got mine set up to just 4/8. And you'll just enter this in on either your iPhone, just any browser you have available to you outside your house, and it'll go ahead and it'll let you watch the live feed of your camera. So we'll go ahead and we'll close that out, and you can enable your motion detection. So then you can go and you can open your Windows, motion detection, and if anything would happen to break the stability of this picture, someone walks up on the porch, anything of that nature, you're going to see it immediately, and it's going to snap a photo, and it'll save them here, or you can actually go ahead and set them up to send you an email. You can just go ahead, set that up. It normally configures your ports automatically for you, but if you need some help with that, Google can pretty much set you up any way you need, or you can just comment in the comment field below in the video, and maybe we can get you taken care of there. But so basically what that'll do is anytime a certain amount of things snap the motion detection feature of this particular program, it'll go ahead and it'll send you a quick email with the pictures in it, title it motion detected, whatever you want, and you're good to go. But that's a quick rundown of how everything works. We've covered, how we access outside the internet, how we access inside, of course. The different things. If anybody has any kind of questions, you can go ahead and comment below. And thanks for watching.